Good morning, and we're going to talk about the importance of the name of Yahuah this morning, and I'm going to bring out some information that's going to help you to realize. I think a lot of people just don't think it's that important, and to me, when I began to study this, I began to realize that it may or may not be very important to you, but to Yahuah, it is very important. And there's a number of scriptures that talk and speak about this. And there's so many things in regard to his name that most people are unaware of how we should be treating the name of Yahuah. And the first thing is you need to know what his name is. Of course, you know that most people don't even realize that he has one particular name that's given throughout the scriptures. And as I've mentioned many times, it's approximately 7,000 times his name is in the scriptures. And with that said, even that itself ought to speak to the fact of how important his name is to be included in the scriptures that many times. But again, most people, first of all, unaware that that's the case. So with that said, that's one reason why they don't stress or know about putting importance on the name of our Creator, because they're totally unaware of that aspect, that it's been hidden from them and they're not aware of it. So that's why I want to start off in this particular scripture in Psalm 45, verse 17. It says, I will make your name to be remembered. This is in the book of Psalms, Psalm 45, 17. You can look it up later. I will make your name to be remembered in all generations. Notice this. I will make your name to be remembered in all generations. Well, that would include our generation that we're living in today. Therefore, in other words, this is one of the reasons why. Therefore notice this, shall the people praise you forever and ever. See, his name, how are you going to praise our Creator and not know his name, not be able to give praise unto his name? And this is one of the reasons why his name is so important, is it says right here, for this reason, I will make your name, or I will cause your name, I will make your name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore shall the people praise you, Yahuah, forever and ever. And, there's so many aspects about the name of our Creator. I'm going to just read a few of the comments in the scriptures of how we're to treat his name. First of all, we're to know his name. And by the way, you'll find this in Proverbs chapter 30, verse 4, that it speaks about that who has created the winds with his fist, and who has, I can't remember the exact quotation, but it talks about what is his name and what is the name of his son, if you can tell. Now that's a riddle in the scriptures, talking about the fact is that we need to know the name of the Creator and the name of his son. And so with that said, that's the first aspect, that you have to know the name first, and that's why it's important to proclaim the name of Yahuah so people will know his name. We've talked about already in our past teachings that there's one of the reasons for a lot of confusion is that there's so many variations of his name, and it confuses people which one is the most accurate. And that's why I'm sharing with you these truths about how to pronounce his name, how we know for sure that's the way his name is pronounced, so you have a confidence in proclaiming the real actual name of the Creator. And now another thing is we're told that we're to trust in the name of Yahuah. Again, how can you trust in the name if you don't know what that name is? I'll just read to you. You'll find that particular aspect about his name mentioned in Isaiah chapter 50 verse 10. You'll find that in Psalm chapter 20 verse 7. You'll find that in Psalm chapter 9 verse 10. You'll find that in Psalm chapter 11 verse 1. You'll find that in Psalm 112 verse 7, Isaiah 26 4, and Jeremiah 17 7. Now, you'll also find out that his name is to be revered. This is where you get the word reverend from. Yahuah is the only one that we should be calling reverend or revered. His name is the only name to be revered. You'll find this in Psalm 111, verse 9. You'll also find that we're to call upon his name. There's so many verses I could give for this. It's just too many to give. I'll just give a few here. Psalm 105 verse 1 says that we're to give thanks unto Yahuah and call upon his name. The psalmist David, or the King David, actually said in Psalm 116 verse 13, he said that I will take the cup of salvation and call upon the name of Yahuah. Wow. How do you take the cup of salvation? You call upon the name of Yahuah, just like King David did. You call upon his name. Again, there's so many verses that this is related to. Abraham built an altar and called unto Yahuah, called upon the name of Yahuah. You'll find this in Genesis or Bereshit, chapter 12, verse 8. You also find it in Joel chapter 2, verse 32. For whosoever shall call upon the name of Yahuah shall be saved. You'll also find that we're to declare his name. That's found in Psalm 102, verse 21, Isaiah chapter 12, or Yahuah chapter 12, verse 4. You'll find that even Yahuah himself in Exodus chapter 34, verse 5 and 6, declared his own name, proclaimed his own name. We're to bless the name of Yahuah. You'll find this in Psalm 103, verses 1 to verse 2. You'll find it in Job chapter 1, verse 21. We're to bless the name of Yahuah. You'll find it in Psalm 96, verse 2. You'll find it in Psalm 100, verse 4. Psalm 113, verse 2. Psalm 145, verse 1. I could go on and on. We're to glorify his name. We're to give esteem to his name. Psalm 86, verse 9. Psalm 115, verse 1. Psalm 29, verse 2. Psalm 29, verse 2. Malachi chapter 2, verse 2. We're to rejoice in his name. You'll find this in Psalm 89, verse 16. You'll find it also in Psalm 89, 12. We're to praise his name. There's many verses in this. Psalm 113, verse 2 and verse 3 declares, from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, the name of Yahuah shall be praised. In verse 2 of that it says, forevermore, means now and forever. In other words, this is not just for today, it's forever, for eternity. We will be praising the name of Yahuah. Wow. You know, in the book of Revelation, chapter 19, the first 6 verses, you're going to find in 5 times in the first 6 verses, you're going to see the phrase Hallelujah, and you'll see it's a picture of the believers in heaven, and we're praising and worshiping Yahuah. That's what Hallelujah means. It means praise unto Yah, or Yahuah, and that's a phrase that's in the first 6 verses of the book of Revelation chapter 19. His name is excellent or awesome. You'll find that in Psalm 148 verse 13. You'll find it in Psalm 99 verse 3. Psalm chapter 8 verse 9. You'll find that we're to offer incense is to be offered, or that means worship shall be offered into his name. Malachi chapter 1 verse 11. We're to love his name. You'll find this in Isaiah or Yahuah chapter 56 verse 6, Psalm chapter 5 verse 11, Psalm 69 verse 36, and Psalm 119 verse 32. His name is to be holy or Kodesh. It's set apart. You'll find that in Isaiah 57:15. We're to trust, as I mentioned, trust in the name of Yahuah. His name is eternal. In other words, it will never end. I'm going to have to stop here because we're going to run beyond my time that I'm supposed to be sharing on this particular segment. So we're going to pick this back up. But I wanted to point out, just to introduce this to you, to realize the importance of the name of Yahuah. And that you realize that he places high priority upon his name. And so as we begin to see the importance of this, we'll begin to do that ourselves. thank you for joining us this morning, and we'll get into some more of this. I want to encourage you to join us. Share this with others. I ask you to other people that are seeking to know His name. Share these videos with them that will help them in their learning and appreciating the name of Yahuah. And thank you for all your nice comments. Let me know that you're out there. I appreciate that. And look forward to our next session together. Have a blessed, prosperous day in Yahuah, and I'll see you next time. Shalom.